from the Verns 74, doing a live stream. Yes, it's another Ravenport, but this is my old school Ravenport. I have the one where I was doing the hordes. This is basically a lot of red equipment and old school, older stuff. A lot of older equipment. Not as old as I would like it, but doing the best with what the game gives us, you know. Finishing up a little bit of cultivating. Really don't need to cultivate it because I've got some no-till seed drills that do the cultivating while they plant, but I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy. I like busting up the soil before I go out and put the seeds in the ground, so we're going to run the heavy disc over at least once and get it broke up a little bit, and we'll throw some new seeds in the ground here shortly. And love these tractors, but they're rough on the on the wrists, man. Some serious carpal tunnel driving these tractors. Another one where I'm really surprised they haven't been not modded, but updated. I mean, one slight update just raised that guy's sitting position up a few inches, and that would get rid of that broken wrist syndrome. The only defect in that entire pack. That's a great little pack. Love the old red irons. Anything old. It could be turtle. I see they just came out with a John Deere that's got tracks on it from the 80s and the 90s. I might have to check into that thing just because it's old. I mean, we all know, you know, if you've watched any more than one of my episodes, more than 10 minutes of an episode, you understand that I'm not a big fan of John Deere's. It's a long story. It all has to do with software. The new equipment, they won't sell the software to the farmers that buy it. They're basically forced to pay a high-priced mechanic with a John Deere shirt on to come to their farm and upload some software to fix some sensors or whatever might be wrong. They just, you know, digitalize in their equipment, whether it's a harvester or a tractor or whatever. But I don't care if it's a car company, a computer company, a lawnmower company, but let alone a tractor company where farmers who are having a hard enough time staying afloat as it is have got to basically bend over backwards and pay through the nose. Like I said, either to have a guy with a John Deere shirt come out and fix the equipment, or they got to put it on a flatbed, ship it all the way to the company and have them fix it, and then pay for shipping costs to have it shipped back, just because they don't have a computer disk to put in their laptop to plug into the tractor to decipher codes and reset sensors and stuff like that. I mean, that's pretty insane. So that's putting it all in a nutshell. That's why I really don't run John Deere's. Got the old Deutsch Alice up here with a plow hooked on it. Apparently, oh yeah, I was doing I bought field 12, taking off the corn. There's the 180/90 Fiat, the Ursus 1954, two of the best sounding tractors in the game. Definitely underrated and overpowered. The 180/90 is a beast. That Ursus 1954 over there, that's a beast. The old rodeo. My flatbed. Oh, that's right. I haven't played this in a month or two, so this map, trying to remember, this thing here is So when I get done harvesting, I'll load the harvester on this bad boy. Little Massey Ferguson multi-power 185. We had one of these on my parents' farm. Decent little tractor for, raking and tedding small odd jobs. Like right now, I've got it hooked to this small mixer wagon, which is awesome. This is the Alpine cow barn. It's in Mod Hub. There's two of them. There's an Alpine cow barn that looks just like this, and it's got a ramp. See the ramp? That's what you got to look for in Mod Hub. You got to look for the one with the ramp. Then there's another one that says Alpine cow barn, and it's basically like two wedge types. I got a cow peeking at us. But it's basically basically two little A-frames with a side feed trough. It's not that one. The one in the picture is this right here. It's even got a solar panel on it. So it's not that old-fashioned. But it comes with a solar panel. Your cows go in here. They're not free range, but they do move around. I've yet to see them freeze up or glitch out, so that's pretty cool. Got to go in there, scrape up the cow poop, clean out in there. I've got the free range pigs, the open pig pen. So the cow or the pigs, they go in there quite often. You see them in there with the cows, which is an added bonus. It for some reason, let me put the pig pen right here, which was freakishly close, and I like it. It came out quite well. And obviously this is Ravenport, so you got the waterfall, the old water wheel over there. But the pigs, they can go down here into the water, take a little bath. This is the pig walla. Oh, there's one right there. So you got his snorkel on down there eating some snails and some clams and some crayfish. It's a hippo. Look, it's a hippo. But they climb in and out pretty well. Once in a while, they disappear into the rocks. I threw down some mushrooms over here so my piggies could have a good trip. But honestly, they're supposed to be like truffle type of deals. You may well know that truffles are a fungus that grows in the ground at tree roots and whatnot. So they don't really have a truffle mod. So this is pig paradise for the most part. As you can tell, they are fat. They're loving it. Oh, he wants more mushrooms. See, he's tripping. He's gonna go disappear. He's like, I'm out of here. But back to this thing. I'm gonna make up some feed. Start the mixer up. The old Massey Ferguson skid steer here. This is a mod that comes in the skid steers, like the Bobcat, the John Deere skid steer, JCB skid steers. Stay. Thank you. Let me get this bale situated here. It's kind of a tight squeeze to get down through there. So, how do I fold up that fork? Old skidder tool. There it is. There. Just to get down the feed lane here, it's a little bit of a squeeze. So you gotta have the bale on there basically straight. Get out the door. Zoom out. Right into the wagon. I like that. Okay, let's see. That wagon holds 12,000 pounds? 14,000 pounds? I can't remember. I better check before I overload it and screw up the mix. Hopefully this game doesn't crash because I just basically turned it on with every single mod I have downloaded. So right now this Ravenport is running with like 330 mods that I've got installed. 12,000 liters. Okay. So that's 4 Pull you out. Get it straightened out. Nope, that's not straightened out. There we go. These silage bales are a product of the Anderson pack. Anderson inline wrapper, where you can wrap up the hay bales, and then when you're done wrapping, you know how in the game it's miraculously ferments as soon as it's done wrapping. Well, with the Anderson one, you could peel the plastic off. This is what they look like without the plastic wrap on them. Hopefully I can get this out the door without, I'm not even going to try. Drop it and start. Get it squared up, that's all. There we go. Boing, boing. And just like that, there was feed. Hey, Piggy. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to crush your skull. So, that was making mix with the Alpine barn. It don't get no sweeter than that. You gotta admit that's a nice little setup, man. When I first saw it, I'm like, hey, I want to check that barn out. And this barn, it holds, I can't remember, I think 150 cows. It's a pretty good amount of cows. Every time I go into the shop here, I'm surprised it doesn't crash. Right there, it holds 120 cows. So that's not bad. I mean, if you wanted a big farm, you just buy 2 or 3 of those, and then you just old-fashioned farm it all day long. You could be an old-fashioned huge cow farmer, you know? And it might even be placeable enough where you can get a couple of them near each other. This silo out here, this one, what a disappointment. Great mod, looks good. It should be attached to a barn. It really should be, but it's not. It's just a side mod. It has the blower, like I've always wanted to hook onto these pipes. Yeah, but the only thing is, the modder made it so it took hay and straw. That's it. So you can't put grass in it. You can't put silage in it. I mean, I had big dreams of filling this baby right full of silage. It was just, you know, like on my dad's farm and my brother's farm and my neighbor's farm and every other farm that I've known of that had silos like this on it. It had silage coming out of it, not straw or hay. That goes in the hay mow. Straw and hay goes in bales. It goes up into the hay loft, up in the hay mow. This is supposed to have silage in the damn thing. Or it should be able to dump grass into this thing, and it should have a meter that gives you the fill capacity. And once it's full, you should be able to choose to detach this. And when you detach it, it starts the fermentation process. And after it ferments, you should be able to pull over here with your loader, mixer, wagon, whatever, and be able to get filled up out of the silo unloader. And I mean, even though that's not a realistic silo unloader right there, it's still better than nothing. I mean, for that type of silo. So it's getting there, but it's still not getting there. I mean, this thing, it gets a B plus for me if I had to grade it. I mean, it's good. It looks good. I love the blower idea, but I was just, as soon as I pulled up a load of grass, I'm like, it wouldn't take it. So I had to go back into the options, and I'm looking in the garage. I'm like, what does it hold? And I'm like, hay and straw. I was like, what the hell? I think that's just completely wrong. So anyway, it's great for decoration. I mean, it's cool for, having a little something extra to put silage or hay and some straw in for a storage silo, but it needs to hold silage. I mean, I hope it gets updated. I'm hoping the modder just happens to stumble across this video. This is Cal peeking out. But that would be cool. Somebody whispered in that dude's ear, like, "Hey, make that thing take silage." And that would be pimp. That would up my game playing right there. It would up it by 20% in realism. Got my imitation Pat's barn cleaner. Because we all know, if you grew up on a farm or ever been to a farm, you realize Pat's barn cleaners, they were red and blue. So this one's blue and yellow, but it's not really a barn cleaner, but it works. Oops. That's the only defect with this thing. If you look down, it automatically, there's no looking back up. You got to exit the vehicle. So you got to look up and zoom out. Then it won't go into the ground. But this is a good little conveyor. I was hoping it was going to do hay bales. It doesn't. But one thing I did notice, and I posted it on Facebook, that's a PTO shaft. And the only reason I noticed it is because I parked it one day, and I was driving around it with this little Massey. I drove around the corner, and an icon popped up to where you can hook a power takeoff onto that thing. And the only bad thing is it kind of dog legs it up. See how the tire's not on the ground anymore? So it does look a little... Oh, that's right. You gotta have your tractor running and everything before you hook it up. But if you back the tractor up a smidge, the tire tends to go down on the ground a little bit. And I've tried it with a taller tractor. It doesn't really seem to make much of a difference. And then you just turn on your power takeoff unit, and voila! Now that's some old-fashioned stuff right there, huh? If you get in here and turn it on, right now it's on. If I pull a wagon underneath, it'll start dumping, or my manure spreader. But that's pretty cool as far as realism. I like that one a lot. What other goodies we got kicking around here? We got the house. The cucumbers for pickles. Love my cucumbers. Cucumber sandwiches. Can't go wrong with a cucumber sandwich. My sheepies. These guys are all open pasture. And these guys, they're cranking out the wall. They're just cranking out the wall. These guys are on a roll. Oh, my beehive. I got my little, this is my, I pick on my wife because she got stung by bees as she was out weed eating. She got stung by a bee. I'm like, hey, honey, I made this for you. She's like, screw you. Because I was in here trimming the grass with a weed eater. She didn't think it was very funny. I did. If you get really, really bored and you want to role play, these chairs can be moved. I mean, I can't move them with my hand because, it's too heavy, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, there's a board mod. There's probably like the broom, maybe a shovel. But all you got to do is slide something underneath this thing and come over with a front loader with the big bag lifter. and you can pick these chairs up and pull them out. Same with this sofa or a love seat or whatever this is. Yeah, it's a love seat. You can move that, but you have to have something under it. Maybe that small pallet mod or something. I use the board mod. There's a mod in Mod Hub. It's just a board, and you can. I'm guessing so. You know, you can pretend that you're stacking lumber at a or a sawmill or something. I guess that's why it exists. But I had that board mod, and I slid it underneath there. And I might have it on right now. Do I have any boards? If I did, they would be right over here. No. Because I made a deck. I slid the boards underneath the stairs, and I had like probably 8 or 12 boards all pieced together here. I made myself a redneck patio. Came all the way out over here. And I took those 2 chairs, and I threw the chairs down, had the table. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. But the only problem is those chairs, after you save the game and you reload it, next time you reload it, the chairs automatically go back to where their original spawn spot. So, tractors, got the old case. Love this corn header mod. That's a great mod right there. Great mod. It is. I'll even show you. That's how much I like it. Horn headers. Right here, the case 2206, 2208. 4.5 meters. And it's expendable. That's what I've got on that. This is the one I own right here. So it basically goes from 4.5 meters to, I think, 6.5 meters. But adds on 2 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, adds on 2 rows. So it adds on easily a meter. So it's still 5.5, 6 meters wide. And it has absolutely no effect on the horsepower of the tractor or the harvester, I mean. So it just keeps right on chugging along. And it works really good on almost all cases. And probably some other ones. You know, if you got a small harvester, you wish you had a bigger header. But, you know, every time you put a bigger header on it, it really dogs out the horsepower. Try this mod. You might just like it. Deutz Atlas. These guys are ready for planting, feeding, more planting. Good tractor right here. Stick shift that works. Forward, reverse, shift, go, go, go. And if you wear a headset at all and run all sounds, all audio into your headset and listen to this baby's turbo, especially when you got a monster wagon behind it, pulling a monster load. Oh, this thing, when she really gets to working hard, that's why I've got the weights on the front. These double weights and the double dualies. This tractor will pull some serious shit, man. I'm telling you, this tractor is 190 horsepower. But this thing, I do believe this planter is like, I can't remember, 200 and change required horsepower right there. No, 180. This one right here is 300 horsepower. I've run this planter on that tractor, pulled it great. Working speed is 9 miles an hour. I think maybe when it was going up a grade or whatever, it kind of bottomed out at 8. But I think it got down to 6 pulling up a steep hill. So, but still, for 190 horsepower to be pulling a big piece of equipment like that, but without much hesitation, and when it does start working, the harder it works, the better it sounds. I mean, hey, you can't go wrong. Got the Roadrunner, of course. I'll bring this guy home, I guess. Actually, he's got to go to the top of the hill. Cultivate what I'm going to plow. Another style of farm I thought about doing is not because New Holland and Massey Ferguson, plus these international packs here, they came out with a bunch of cabless, so there's no cabs on them. I did that once. I did a cabless episode. It might have been a live stream, and that was kind of cool, but I was basically forced to use some crawlers, and the crawlers, they squeaky squawk, squeaky squawk, whatnot. It's not bad when you first get going, but after you do it for about 20 hours listening to it squeak and squawk, and it's like, I'm all done with the crawlers. Unless it's got a rubber track, then obviously it's not so loud and annoying. But I'm tempted to do just one whole farm or a series. Maybe I'll do a live stream feature nothing but cabless. That would be kind of cool. I like the cabless tractors. I think we had 2 tractors. We had a Massey Ferguson that had a weather cab. That was basically just something to keep you out of the rain. It wasn't rollover protection proof. What else was there? We had a International 986. We had a 1086 right there towards the end that had a cab. That was it. We had an 856 that was open. Small Massey that was open. John Deere 720 that was open. 1466 that was open. My brother, he bought an 806 turbo that had the weather cab type deal on it. So we only really had 4 tractors that had cabs, and only 2 of those were rollover cabs. The other 2 were just basically rain protection. And when I say rain protection, I don't mean, you know, a little hood or anything like that. I mean something like, where's that tractor at? Small tractors, maybe? Something like that. This one right here. See this cab? That's a weather cab right there. It's probably going to crush and kill you if you roll this tractor over. Okay? It's not really meant for safety. It's just meant to keep you warm and dry. Alright? I mean, it's older style. I mean, people will probably argue with me, oh, no, that's rollover or save it. I mean, it might be, but this is the type of cab that I'm talking. It's smaller, it's chintzy, it's not anything like you're seeing, like right here. You know, this cab it's probably attached right to the frame. Obviously, they're all attached to the frame, but I mean, like the outside frame and everything, it's roll proof. You roll this thing, you're probably going to break windows. You're probably going to smush some stuff. It might bend up some sides and whatnot, but it's designed not to collapse. It's not designed not to crumple, and that's the way the new rollover cabs and stuff are. But when you get talking older models like these, that's probably just a weather cab. You know, it's a glorified version of this thing right here. Of that. It's basically that with windows on it and a door. So, that there is not going to save your ass when you roll over. Now, the small International, this one here, it's got a roll bar. That's a different story. See, that's a roll bar. That's intended to try to save the driver's life. I mean, that shouldn't bend and collapse. That thing will. That thing, that's probably rollover proof. No. Probably not. I'm going to say no, just by the way it's put together. There's not a whole lot there. I wouldn't want that thing, I wouldn't want to depend on that, put it that way. If it is rollover proof. But, yeah, well, that's today's educational lesson. I had no idea we were going to cover rollover safety today. It must be an omen. Must be I'm going to flip something. Also the lag. And that's another thing I've noticed is, come on, get out of the trees. That Westbridge Hills, it's a Westbridge Hills decoration pack. That's what these silos here are. I've used them on a bunch of different maps, and that's another mod I do believe it needs an update because it creates some serious freaking lag on people's games. If I go sailing through here, you'll see it just start jumping. While I'm turning the camera and whatnot, and that's all because of that mod. And I deal with it just because it looks awesome, so hopefully it's not too awful glitchy and laggy on my broadcast here. Let's see, what do I got going over here? I do believe this is a split field. Like I said, it's been a while since I played this one. Yeah, this is a split hay field. This is all grass and hay. Yep. Split right down the middle. I thought maybe I had half a crop growing over here, but I didn't get that lucky. But this is a good looking farm. I've had two really good looking farms. This one and the one that blue screened on me in Fellsbrunn. I had an awesome looking farm on Fellsbrunn that blue screened. Actually, I've had three of them because the Ravenport that I run my Ford map off of, that's a damn good looking farm too in my book. I don't care what anybody says. This was a good little mod, well put together. The only thing that was lacking is obviously a key. And there's a keyhole right there. I mean, why put the keyhole there if you're not going to put a key in it? And if you're going to put a key in it and a keyhole, make the key turn on, please. That would be cool. Little things, man, little things. But yeah, we bought this field that was planted corn. So we're getting a free harvest off this. It was in its first or second stage when we bought it, so we were able to fertilize it, and I think at least once we got it fertilized. So I do believe this is just for pig food. I'd like to turn this guy on, but I think he's going to catch up to that harvester. Yeah, he'll catch up to him. We'll have to wait. It's one of those maps where I'm running one harvester. Probably could buy another one. But I've been trying to keep it real. The money's kind of low. If I buy a new harvester, I'm going to be damn near broke, so maybe we'll just make some more feed. Oh, why are you under that hay bale? That's not cool. Get off of him. There we go. Now that view, I don't know if you noticed that view. I've got this view, that's your standard view, in cab. If you click it again, it gives me a third view option. That's because this is a bale spike from the CZS pack, I believe it's called. Might be CSZ. I can't remember. I don't want to get it wrong and have you looking. It's for all 3 packs, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, CSZ. That's what it is. CSZ pack. And all of these that come in the CSZ, they give you this third view option right here. So if you having issues, so I'll bring it down a little bit. I'm trying to get to that bale, but I don't think it's going to let me. I'll keep hitting. I'm trying to take that. Oh, I got it. I got it. Look at that. See, now I'm going to put him down here. I've got 3 stacks of 2s. 1 bale of silage, 2 bales of hay, and we have mixed ration. That view comes in pretty handy, doesn't it? I mean, look at that. And if you want, you can come right in, and all you gotta do is just keep moving. Ta-da! I'm in the cab. You don't get the arms or nothing like that, but not too shabby. Or if you want to follow it right down to where you're going. Oops. Well, it's the bottom hay bale that's not letting me go out the door, so come on, bottom hay bale. And now it's the top hay bale, so we'll set it down. Move you over just a smidge. Ta-da! Out the door you go. The piggies are in here eating again. Just the one, or no? There's another one. Boy, he got way in here. Alone in the world with a little cow pig. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember the cartoon Cat Dog. But yeah, if you guys keep hanging out and commingling the way they are, we're gonna have cow pigs. Or maybe we'll call them pows. We got 120 pows. Talk like my dad's. Oh, God rest your soul, Dad. But your friend that lived down the road, that guy, he had a definite twist on the English language. he would call ceramics. Oh, I gotta be one of them ceramic cups. I'm like, a ceramic? I was, what the hell is a ceramic? Oh, you know, like the. I was like, you mean ceramic? Yeah, that's it, ceramic. Yeah, we could have pows. Cow-pig hybrids. Call them pows. Pretty cool. I like my piggies who mingle, like hanging out with the cows. Oh, you dirty rat. Figures. I was just getting ready to say, see, watch how easy these things go out the hole when they're, they're still stacked up nice and neat. And then, I probably should have said something. Maybe I can jam it. Get it. Ooh, that's not bad. I'll take it. It's still going to cause an issue going out the hole, though. They got to be stacked up pretty nicely for them not to cause a problem. That's a tight fit. Oh, look at that. I don't know how, but I'm betting if you watch that in slow motion, you'll see that top bale spin. I don't know. I'll take it, though. I'm just going to shut up and take it. Oh, I gotta switch controllers here. I'm using my old controller, my new one is charging, and the old one, the sticks they've been well used, so they're hypersensitive. So I apologize for the going through the walls and up through the roof and all that crap all the time, but doing the best I can with the controller I've got. It still works good, it's just really, really, really sensitive, because it's very well built in. Oh, yeah, check out my harvester. He's probably full. Get him pushed over because he's next coming out, and I want him perfect, so. I almost missed. I've never missed. I don't think all the tons and tons and tons of feet I've made playing this map, I don't think I've ever missed dropping a fail in doing it this way. Giving me a little grief, but that's okay. She's out the hole. That's all that matters. Bye-bye. And the light switch for up here is over here behind the hay bales. I can't get to it. But that's where the light switch is to turn the, right there you can see it. That's where the upstairs lights turn on. Let me go check my harvester. Half full. All full? Oh no, now what am I gonna do? Guess it's not a bad thing. No wonder they're so fat and good looking. Big old udders right full of milk. This thing's so fat it's even got a roll on its chest. I worked on a farm, I'm not kidding you, about 6 weeks after a cow would freshen, where the bag is supposed to look like that, right full of milk, it looked like the tail. See how skinny that tail was? That's what his cows look like. They call it wash rags. It looks like a wash rag. Wash rag udder. So if you ever hear somebody talking about a cow with a, or just the term, a wash rag udder, you just got to remember that's because it's like a wet wash rag when you pick it up, and how it just hangs there. It's all limp and super thin looking, and yeah, they don't produce a whole lot of milk. So I mean, instead of taking better care of his animals and making up better mixed rations and whatnot, it was all grass fed dairy. Yeah, grass fed dairy. That's why he had to own basically 400 cows to make the same amount of milk that my dad was making with about 95 cows. Because our 95 cows were Holsteins, we had some Jerseys, a couple red and whites, and all of our udders looked just like that. We're talking, we had cows cranking out over 100 pounds per milking. So, I mean, that's, 225, 230 pounds of milk a day, because we milked twice a day. So, the guy I worked for, he didn't have not one cow. I mean, it would take 4 of his cows to match one of our good cows. So he says, well, the way we farm, I'm like, this isn't farming. How many times when I was working there, I'm like, this is not farming. Anytime I have to, anytime the learning curve of working on a new farm involves how to be a worse farmer, that's not a good farm that you're working at. Dead cows left and right. I mean, I think one winter we pulled out, I think it was 18. Something's telling me it's 23 though, but I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna put it at 18 because I know 18 was one of the numbers that I counted up to, and I think it ended at 23 before the weather turned around and got better. But yeah, 18 animals, and they were all bred. So if you're including the calf as a possible future heifer, possible future bull, possible future cow that you could sell, one or the other, and that 18 animals is 36 animals because they were all bred. They were all pregnant, carrying babies, but no, they died. Yeah, call the vet. Oh no, can't call the vet. Well, give it a couple days. Give it a couple days. Like, give it a couple days. I'll tell you what. How about you get testicular cancer, and after you find out, you give it a couple days. Makes sense, right? Jesus, unbelievable.